In this example, I'd like to show you how you might build a more interactive application with D3.js. I'm going to play with an example inspired by my kids. When they complete a chore around the house, they get a sticker. The stickers go up on the calendar so we can see our progress. Like a real sticker board, I want to simulate a bit of randomness so when the sticker is added, the placement is anywhere within the day and offset just a bit. The colors are different as well because the stickers come from a sheet next to the calendar. So how do we do this using D3? Whenever I think about visualizing data, I like to think about the data first. In this case, we'll have two data sets. The first is a set of days, which we will visualize on the calendar. The second is a set of stickers, which will show up on that calendar board. I'll start with the calendar dates first. Before I begin, I need to include D3.js in my project. I'm only working in JavaScript for now, so I'll hide the HTML and CSS for the time being. I want to create a function that will generate the days in a month for a given date. If I give it August 20th, I'd like it to give me dates between August 1st and August 31st. I create an array, which I will return. I start the first day in the month, and while the current day is within the month I've asked for, add the date and go to the next. The first day of the month is just a new date with a year and a month. The next day is similar. It is the new date with the year, the month, plus 1 day. The date object will automatically loop to the next month if I overflow the day. For instance, August 32nd will give me September 1st. I use that to my advantage in the loop. I need to keep track of the target date, which will always be today in this example, so we can see the calendar for the given month whenever we reload. A quick display of the dates shows that the function is working. Cool. Now I want to visualize these dates in something slightly more sophisticated than an alert box. I'll append an SVG service to my document body. And set it to span the entire width and 800 pixels high. I can play with that more if I want to. I'll draw these days into an SVG surface. To do this, I'll fall back to the D3 data update pattern. I'll select all the elements with the day class. This is currently empty, but I'll bind my month data to that set. And when data enters the set, which includes all the days in this case, I'll append a group with the class of day. Now for a temporary display, I just want to append the text with vertical offset of about 20 pixels per item. My text is a function that simply returns the data. Cool. I'm drawing the dates onto the SVG surface. This is temporary just to show that things are working. I'd like the entire visualization to have a margin on it. And so to do this, I'll add a group to the SVG surface and give it a slight translation transformation. I often find myself writing transformation strings in my SVG generation. I like to define some helper functions to do this for me. I'll add a translate function to the d3.transform namespace, only if it doesn't already exist. It will take an x and y value in pixels and return a string. I'd like the option to only send an x parameter and duplicate it as the y parameter if no y exists. Now I can replace a string with the helper function. This helper function will be used in a couple other places in this demo as we move forward. In part 2, I'll translate the month data into an actual calendar.